Riparian or riparian, this is a term that has been very popular in Kenya, sad to those who have been affected. There have been a lot of demolitions going on for the last few months. The question is, am I affected? Let's find out. This is Real Estate in Kenya with Reuben Kimani. We start off by sad news that have been in the media for some time. About 4,000 structures are earmarked for demolitions in Nairobi alone. These structures are near river banks. And these are structures that are in the riparian areas. So what is riparian areas? You may be asking. For those who are like me who came to know about riparian the other day, riparian areas or riparian land, these are sections that are between 6 and 30 meters from either side of the river bank from the highest water mark. According to Article 67 of the Kenyan Constitution, these areas are owned by the public. They are not owned by individuals, they are owned by the public. So if you are sitting on one of them, it belongs to the public. And according to our laws in Kenya, the mandate to allocate public land is vested on the National Land Commission on behalf of the national and county governments. They're the ones in charge of allocating land, and they also advise on policy about land to the national and county governments. So you may be asking yourself, am I on a riparian land? Is my building on riparian land? Or how can I avoid this in future? So we have given the definition about that, and you may use that to find out whether you have encroached on riparian land. There are also challenges. The people who have been affected by these challenges about riparian section, maybe that has been one of the causes that have brought confusion in the sector. There are several measures that you can pursue to avoid encroaching into riparian land. We've talked about 6 to 30 meters according to the laws of Kenya. And I will highlight maybe 3 measures that you can use to ensure that the land you are purchasing is not riparian land. Or if you are developing structures, they are not in riparian land. One of the most important things is to use professionals. And when I say professionals, I'm talking about a surveyor in this case. I'll give a story about a moment we were buying land in Gong. These big pieces of land, it was 100 acres plus. And what we did, we usually consult with our surveyor every time before we purchase any land anywhere. What the surveyor does, they are professional in that area, usually goes to the land office and buy a much bigger map than the mutation of the land you're purchasing. So if you buy a much bigger map from the land offices, in some areas, you're able to know whether there is a big river, whether there is a lake, a dam, or just an area that is a water area. In this case, there was an area near our shamba that was marked as a water area. What happens when it floods, that area becomes a dam. So we were not able to purchase that property. And true to the word, as per that map, the other day it rained a lot. We have so many projects in Gong as we speak. And that area is now a dam as we speak, a big dam. So when it is dry, you may not be able to know. So if you buy a big map from the lands office, and I would ask you consult a surveyor on the same, you're able to know where water may settle, where government has marked beforehand as areas where there might be a dam, maybe a small lake, or where there might be a river, so that you don't buy land there. A surveyor will also be able to advise you based on where you are purchasing that plot, whether it is near an identified river, whether seasonal or permanent, and how far you can go from the river. They can also be able to measure and advise. So basically use a surveyor and you'll be on the safe side. Also be well versed with the laws and regulations of Kenya, the bylaws of county government if you are building in Nairobi. Be well versed, and a lawyer may come in handy to be able to explain to you and ensure you follow through all the approvals. We have had a situation where some buildings have approved maybe in a corrupt way, and you may not have known, but I would ask you do your due diligence, work with lawyers, try to understand the process. If a building is within 6 meters, especially on a permanent river that is well known, I think you need to consult further. Number one, with a lawyer. Number two, with a surveyor. And number three, with the relevant authority, that is the county government, so that you understand more before you go on. But if you have not built anything, it's good to consult further with a surveyor so that you know whether you are on riparian land. Number three, it is very important to conduct a search on the land you are buying. There are people who might have bought land that is on road reserve, land that is riparian, land that is maybe less than 6 meters from a water area or from a river. And maybe they were issued with some documents. There are people who have bought land with certificate of what we call certificates. You just printed somewhere in a cyber and you buy land. So if you buy land that has a certificate, that would be a challenge. You need to do further due diligence. If you buy land that has a title, go to the land office and do a normal search. You'll be able to be told whether that title is genuine or not, and they'll give you other notes, whether the land has a way leave, and all those. There's a section that is written whether there is a way leave, whether there are incubarances, whether they are cavit, and other stories that are written there. It's very important to check those stories. But first thing first, if a land is on a road reserve, do proper due diligence by doing search first and know whether it is genuine or not, so that you don't buy land that belongs to the public. So those are just some few tips that you can follow. But remember, if you are not well versed with this, you can always consult professionals, starting the surveyor and a lawyer. They can advise you properly. So I believe you'll be free from developing your property in riparian land, and we can all develop as a country, and we can also do proper and clean business. Thank you so much. I want to believe this episode has been relevant to you. Please subscribe, please leave your comment and engage us. And keep watching this every 2 weeks. We'll be advising you on more about real estate in Kenya. Keep tuned in.